Hey, what's good, fam? Has it been a minute? Christmas, am I right? Holidays, am I right? All right, we're back at it. We got a fun one today. Tried to hook this interview up for a little bit, a few weeks, maybe a month. I don't know. Anyway, good times, good energy. We get into how this man wants to get ranked. We get into how this man wants to stay consistent and possibly fight for that belt. We get into how he got into this crazy world of power slab. We don't talk about his wrestling career so much, but we do get into some of the aspects that the wrestling background he has brings to the table within Power Slap. Everybody, this one's fun. Give it up for Johnny Magna. And always remember 3, 2, 1. That's a knockout.
3, 2, 1, yeah, that's a knockout. They call me kamikaze, put you in heaven's lobby. On gas, no brakes, you can never stop me. Nah, no, you can never stop me. Yeah, cause I'm the power slap king.
Slap some, baby! Johnny, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this, dude.
All right, everybody! Welcome to Slap Son. We got the man in the building. Shut the fuck up. If you know, you know. Everybody give it up for Johnny, the new badass Mexican Magna.
Let's go, dude. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Hey, we finally did it. We worked it out, man.
Yeah. After how many weeks of planning, we finally correlated and made it happen.
Yeah, dude, it's so true. It's funny, like, you don't know till you know, but like, there's logistics involved in setting up the interviews. You know what I mean? People have lives and surprises happen. Sometimes guys forget because it's Christmas holiday.
Yeah,
but here
I
we
forgot
are.
first. I forgot first. We're 1-1.
That's right. 1-1, man. Well, even as recent as 30 minutes ago, I saw you training. Had a little video call from the Dodsons, baby. We love them.
Yep.
And how is that going? Have they give you any insight? Or are they just helping you stay consistent? What's going on with that training?
Oh no, John is literally taking both me and Chelsea under his wing to try and make us specifically the best like slappers. So every single day we're doing something different, something new. He has us do all types of weird, crazy workouts just to work out like muscles that we don't use normally. And it's always different, you know. So he's definitely trying to keep us not at the same level and just like going or anything, but he's like really trying to unlock new things that I guess people at Power Slap don't know yet. And it works, obviously.
Yeah, no, I mean, especially that last match you had, right? KO from a distance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When it has so when you were talking about that, it made me think, we knew we would get to this point, and we're not totally there yet as the sport, but you're getting these guys that have so much experience in the fight game, like John, looking at tape, studying film. So is there a more sense of when you go train and tell people what you're into, they're more intrigued as opposed to an eye roll, if that makes sense?
I mean, where I go, everyone loves it. You know, I go to United Fit. That's where John has the Nobody's Villain MMA. Shout out Nobody's Villain. But that's everybody there loves it, man. I haven't heard anything negative from anyone. They all come up and they'll talk to us while we're working out and they'll be super interested. You know, that gym has so many people in it, bodybuilders, MMA fighters, jujitsu guys, and then now there's us slapping. And so all those different groups are kind of looking at us now and being like, what are they doing? Because even those guys aren't doing like the type of workouts we're doing. So it's cool. We all mix and mingle, you know?
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. And it doesn't help to have a champ in your corner looking at your opponent with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, so I've always actually said, I've been an athlete all my life, right? I've done everything you can think of: football, rugby, wrestling. I was a cheerleader at one point, so I could learn how to do backflips and stuff like that.
Damn, yeah.
But every single coach I've had, even jobs, real life jobs, cashier, store, whatever, I always happen to have gotten the guy who's been there for 20 years and knows everything, the in and outs, and so coming in the slap, I had this sense of like I knew that I was going to do great because I literally had the best in the world training me to do this, like bare knuckle fighting champion of the world. Who else in the power slap can say that besides me and Chelsea? No one, you know. So we like that last fight, we knew that was going to happen. We 100% absolutely knew that was going to happen.
Well, I love that. Doesn't it feel, I mean, I haven't done it and I probably will never do it. I'm just the jerk off podcaster. But how good does how good does it feel, man, to have that plan and have it go just so, I mean, it went your way the way you wanted it to, like, perfectly, man. Did it just feel amazing?
It did, dude. I couldn't believe it. I actually had so you guys saw me get the knockout, and then I went around and I had like a celebration that I was gonna do and all that stuff. All that went out the window. That was 100% my reaction, right? And then I went and they had me in medical backstage. You know, I came down a little bit, and I remembered the money. Like I remembered I had won the money, so I had a whole second wave of like celebration and going crazy and all that stuff. Like I still can't believe it till this day. Like I watched that video consistently every single day just to like look at every single bit of what John taught me and made sure that like that keeps like I keep doing that, you know, like I just want to do everything right. I want to do everything right.
No, that's real, man. And it's funny. I remember the first time I got paid from something I was passionate about and created, and realizing in that moment, oh yeah, I can get paid for I can earn a living doing this. So
Yeah.
I love that moment, man. So you've had, well, let's talk about the draw real quick. When, the other side of the spectrum, we kind of touched on the knockout side of the spectrum, but on this other side where it wasn't a loss, it wasn't a win, it just kind of was this flat thing. Was there any discussion of running that back as fast as you could with Ryan, or was it just that was weird and we moved on to the next?
Well, so I think we probably are gonna definitely have to run that back just for me and Ryan's sake, so that we know, you know. But that was a discussion after the fight, and I think the talks were along the lines of like currently me and Ryan are still rookies fairly, right? We've only had 2 fights,
Sure.
both of them on the undercard, so we haven't made it to the main card yet. Hopefully this next one I do make it to the main card. But I think the idea was for us to build ourselves up, which we've definitely done. We both went our separate ways, had our fights, and we both got knockouts, right? So
Yeah.
I think going down the line, once we get a bigger name for ourselves, we can look back and be like, you know, that is kind of that unsettled rivalry, if you want to call it that. But yeah, I mean, Ryan's my buddy, you know, there's no ill will there or anything like that. If that I had talks of going down to light heavyweight, and I don't think I think he's staying in heavyweight. So if I but like, you know, our paths may drift off anyway.
Yeah, just well, that'd be interesting, right? They might just naturally drift, like you said, because if you move to the new weight division. No, slap is so interesting to me, dude, because I mean, you're gonna have things happen naturally as far as like animosity and having these rivalries, things like that. But I love the fact, for the most part, people can actually be boys, go up, do their thing, and then they're getting drinks afterwards or whatever. And so I love that you guys were able to form a friendship a little bit and realize the situation and still move on mature.
Yeah, no, that's my boy. You know, I'm okay. Look, let me tell you something that we've never told anyone, right? But
Right, right.
it's actually super funny, right?
Okay.
So, when we had went to Power Slap 13, they give you scheduled time to work out at the UFC Apex. And it was pretty cool because we showed up in like I forget Aljamain Sterling was like training for his fight
Oh,
against
damn.
Peter Yan at the time or something like that. And no, that was a different fight, I think. But we show up, we're the slap guys, we pick a little corner and everyone's kind of looking at us and like they don't know what we're doing and stuff like that. So it just so happened that me and Ryan got booked for the same time, you know. So our group,
Oh,
we go up there and so we're practicing our slaps. And we're all athletes, so we kind of just did it a drill type of way, you know. You make a line, one guy holds it, the guy that holds it goes to slap, and then you go around, you know. So me and Ryan end up holding the fucking pads for each other, and literally this guy goes and he leans forward and he puts the pad next to his chin, and then
whoa.
goes back and he goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna be right about there." And I go, "Huh, shit." Like I've been taking his normal height and practicing at home at his normal height, but now I know he's gonna fucking be hunched like that. So then when it was time for me to go around, I fucking put myself the way that I was gonna go, and I put the thing next to my chin. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna be right about there. And so we literally are like, me and that guy are so good buddies that we freaking helped each other to knock each other out. But at the end of the day, when it was time to turn it on, that was also 100% real. Like I was not holding back, and neither was he. And on the face-offs, like you could tell we really were like in that zone, you know? So it's so cool to do that with your friends.
No, that's amazing. Thanks for sharing that. That's crazy. You guys are basically like, okay, if you want to knock me out, this is where I'm gonna be at. Dude.
Yeah, I think it's an honorable thing because we both kind of agreed that, like, you know, you're gonna win because you're good enough to knock me out, or I'm gonna win because I'm good enough to knock you out. And so like there's no tricks, there's no it's
Mm.
slaps, you know. This isn't like football where you have to hide the playbook or whatever the case may be. Like this it's gonna happen, you know. So in a respectful way, we were kind of just like, may the better man win here because of like the better technique, you know?
Wow, dude, that's yeah. Not only is that some inside tea, but that's honorable as well. Because you're right, you can't like. I mean, people can say they got tricks and things, you know, and I'm sure they
It's
do.
bullshit. It's
But
bullshit.
overall, you take the hit. That's impressive, man.
Yeah, and then, you know, so that fight is actually more important than the second fight because one, it let me know that I was able to hang in this sport because Ryan hits really fucking hard. I don't know if you saw that fight with him and Bryce.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, yeah.
So
That
he
one was kind of weird too. How that went.
Well, in my opinion, he hit him hard enough to where he couldn't continue. So that's a knockout in my book, right?
Got you. Got you.
And you could just tell that those slaps hurt, and they do hurt, you know. And so Ryan is a tough fucking opponent, and he showed me I could take 3 of his hits, so he and he could take 3 of mine, and then we went off and we got the victories that we got and stuff like that. Like the amount of caution that I went into with that second fight, I was just like, "Oh, I do not want to go 3 rounds with someone again. Like, I do not want to
Yeah.
take hits and all that." So that first fight set the tone for the rest of the fights I'm gonna have in power slap because I'm always gonna look back and be like, "That 3 round fight sucked." Like we
Yeah, dude. No, I love that because that becomes. I mean, you just laid it out, but that becomes a part of your strategy. We're not doing that again. We're
yeah,
gonna
no,
do this the way we want. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Um, so you both have your matches, you go your separate ways, and it sounds like I mean there's a little bit of a story there, right? Where we could kind of have you guys come back together. So we'll see what happens. But I have to ask because I do follow most of you guys on social media every single day. I miss things here and there, but it's hard to miss you calling out Aaron Turner. What started that shit? What's
thank
going on? Do you
God.
want to beat a ranked guy? Like what's happening, dude?
So here's how all of this started, right? After I got that victory against Ricky South, I think, well, first of all, me and Aaron were drawing it up when I was at Power Slap 15 going to face Ricky. You know, like we had media days and the face offs and all that. So we were passing by each other in the locker rooms and all that type of stuff. And he was going up against Nate Bernard at the time. But you know, we were kind of just like it was we real friendly. Me and Aaron are also friend. I wouldn't say we're good friends, but we're friends. You know, like we know to keep it professional and stuff like that. But we were
Got you.
drawing back and forth. So whenever I got that victory against Ricky South, I had did interview, and in that interview, they were asking, "Oh, who do you think is next for yours, or whatever?" And so to me, the options were Austin Turpin, since he's coming to heavyweight, or I could go Aaron Turner because he's like the biggest guy in our division at
Yeah.
6'7". That's in the top 10 anyways, you know. And so I was like, I could face Austin Turpin and go for like the publicity of it and kind of just get eyes on me and stuff like that, or I can work my way up the rank. And if I was gonna do that, why not fucking walk into the room and call out the biggest fucking guy has more experience? There's no
Mm.
excuse to why he shouldn't be able to beat me, and then knock his ass out. And so I think it's fair. I'm not diving too deep into the ranks, just trying to get like pull up the ladder in an unfair way. He just happens to be in the spot that I want, and so I fucking have been calling him out. Have you heard anything?
I haven't heard much, man. I haven't heard
That's a
much.
no.
I'll keep it real. I'll keep it real. I haven't heard
That's
much.
a
Yeah.
no. He hasn't said shit because you know what? At this point, even if he was today to come down and accept that fight, I've already been 2 months in training for his ass. Literally, I have Coach Dodson standing on top of like random shit to make the pad 6'7" or 6'9", however tall he is or whatever. But I've been slapping at 6'7", 6'9" for 2 months already, you know. And so
Wow.
if that match gets announced, he's just starting to train for me, and he is already fucked up. The mistake's already been made. Now in my court, if that fight doesn't happen and I get booked with somebody else in the top 10, they are smaller and in my opinion, maybe less powerful than Aaron. So I'm still training for
Mm.
Aaron regardless, and someone else is going to have to pay for it. You know,
Yeah,
it's a win-win
absolutely.
for me.
Yeah, yeah. So it sounds like you might as well take the moment of the mic, call out who you want, and train as if it's going to happen, so you're that much more prepared.
Yeah,
And if it doesn't happen, who gives a shit? Because you have the
I
same
just
regular
trained for
time
the
as somebody
biggest
else.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. No, I feel that, man. No, honestly, from a fan's perspective, I love that shit. Call somebody out, see if they respond, make the match happen, and then you've already got this train moving, for the card that you're going to be on. So no, I
that's
love that,
another thing
man.
about it too, man. As a wrestler, I always try and put the fans first. That's literally what I was trained to do. Like, and so I think it would be visually pleasing to see a 6'7" guy get knocked out. I don't think we've had that. You know, that would be the biggest knockout
No,
in power slap history.
frankly, I think he's only had one stumble, to be honest. I mean, he had that first ever sudden death with Nate, right? And that was
Yeah,
the first little glimpse of what could happen,
yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's crazy because I watched that fight and I'm kind of like, as much as a good fight as it was a really good fight, very entertaining. But you know, went to sudden victory, all that stuff. I do not think that I would go that far with him, dude. I like maybe
Mm,
1 or 2 rounds, but I think really legitimately one shot I could put down Aaron Turner, and he hasn't been
wow.
dropped like that. I genuinely believe that.
I will say this: if this comes to fruition, fam, Sin, if you're watching, Justin, if you're watching, and this happens to come out and we make this happen, um, you will get a shouting arena if you happen to drop the Colossus, man. That would be nuts.
Yeah,
Nuts, dude. No, that's cool. I had to ask because I've been seeing the jazz back and forth and stuff. It's been fun. So we're going to Paramount. We're going to have this massive audience as far as streaming is concerned. I mean, I know YouTube's everywhere and I get that, you know what I mean? But for some reason, it feels like being on like a more specifically higher end streaming platform. I hope I'm saying that right. Cause like YouTube, you and I, look, I'm doing this shit on YouTube, putting it out there, but like Netflix, Paramount, Hulu, they're that higher end type thing, right? And
yeah.
so when you saw that deal happen, does that go through your mind like, oh shit, I could really go global with this thing, like legitimately.
100%, 100%. I as much as Power Slap is trying to succeed on its own, the way that I have to succeed in Power Slap is making sure that Power Slap succeeds and I succeed at the same time. Like I'm trying to help
Mm,
their baby and help my baby too, you know? And so immediately the first thing I think of is like, how can I be different from all these other guys? And fortunately for me, like I said, I got trained in wrestling by a guy who's been doing it over 20 years, you know, combined with all the other people that I had training from. It's over 100 years of experience for sure. And so I've thought about my entrance, the way I walk up the stairs, um, everything. I just love messing with the fans. I think it's something that if we were to go on Paramount, and I don't know if they would necessarily just like air the show and that's it, or if they would have little clips that kind of pop up or something like that. Like I
sure.
100% would make sure to do what I do and be every single time just on the highlight. That's all I want is to just be on the highlight, those little short clips. So even though it's let's say a 15-minute fight if you go all 3 rounds, maybe a 6-minute fight if it ends in the first, right? Ideally, if I want to get myself on a clip, if I'm gonna knock the guy out, I only have 6 minutes. I have to make at least 10 little clip moments in that 6 minutes and then try not to get knocked out on top of that. That's where I have to worry about myself and stuff, you know? So,
Yeah.
they hired the right guy. Believe me, they hired the I'm thinking about all that.
Dude, I love that. That's been kind of a common theme with the wrestlers coming in is it's a couple of things, right? Like the ones that are in it, they want to pursue it, and then Power Slap comes along. That's a bit of a pivot. But you guys understand the mic is everything, the entrance is everything, your personality is everything, your performance is everything. And when you were talking, who popped to my mind actually was Bikini Manu. We've talked about that a lot. How it's all about the crowd, it's all about your show, and the fight is real, the fight is vicious, the fight is to the point. But what do you do, right? Like, how do you
Right.
attract the eyeballs? And so I love that, man, because there's gonna come a time where this thing is so big and everybody's gonna know your nickname. They're gonna know your move. They're gonna know this. And if you can help pioneer that, shit, man, it's not bad to be on the highlight reel before every single match, like Silva, Griffin, or something. The one you're gonna see all the time. I
Yeah.
love that goal, man. I love that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So let's think. We've had a couple of matches, right? But we've
Right.
got this whole new year in front of us. We're going to Paramount. We know we're going to have 12 cards for sure. What is the goal? Is the goal to make it into the top 10 after another knockout? Is the goal to be champ? Do you want to be that guy they got to get through to get to the title? Because that's valid as well. What's the goal, man?
I think the goal for this year, I definitely want Power Slap to recognize me as one of those guys. You know, I think I'm still on the track right now that I'm arguably a rookie. No, although I do have 2 fights experience. You know, I want to be like that, the crazy Hawaiian and the Brandon Bardos, where it's just like when you think of Power Slap, I'm one of those names that pop up. That's goal number one by the end of the year, right?
Right.
And so, you know, then we have the championship coming into play here. I think it would be fair to say that if I'm calling out Aaron for the number 7 spot, and then let's say I get another fight after that and get to maybe 4 or 3 or something like that, I think by 3 fights later, I should have a championship fight if everything goes ideally well. So then you have to say if we have 12 events in 2026, and I believe it'll take me 3 fights if I execute them perfectly to get to that goal by the end of the year, maybe I would be champ, you know? But if Damian DeBell still is champ, that's going to be an extremely hard goal, you know? And so that's really what drives me the most, you know? I imagine he's going to have some fights too in 2026. So, um, I think it would be fair to say that, like, if someone beat Damian DeBell and then I had to face that guy, cool. But ideally, I would want to like kind of plant my flag into the ground by beating Damian and
Yeah.
having that reputation under my belt too. So hopefully he stays champion. I would and like if that happens, you know.
Yeah. You know what, man? I love that you thought about it so in detail. Okay, we're gonna go this, we're gonna go this, and then hopefully by the end of the year we can achieve this. I love that, man, because you got to have some idea of what you want, right?
Right.
And there's so many guys I talk to and girls that like, not that they, not that they're against a plan, but it's just a lot. So for you to compartmentalize, I did it. Compartmentalize. That's a tough one, Johnny,
No,
man.
that's a good one, dude.
Yeah.
You got it.
That's right. I graduated high school all by myself.
Nice.
Um, it's good that you can compartmentalize that because it makes the goals feel a little bit closer and a little bit more achievable, man. That's very cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, well, shit, man. I'm so happy we finally got to do this. Get this out there. Hopefully, karma's on your side, and we make a certain Aaron Turner match happen. And when 26 rolls around, it's very close. That you just have the best career, man, going into this year of the horse, man. I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it, dude. I'm doing this for people like you too, man. You guys are giving me time on your platform. If I reach my goals and I get up to the top and I become that guy everyone knows, you know I'm coming right back to slap side. Like you guys fucking treat me like family here. I'm all about it. And
Dude, I love it, man. Well, hey, Johnny, where can everyone find you on social media?
the Johnny Magna, you know, thread, Instagram, Facebook, the Johnny Magna.
Okay, very cool. All right, everybody, give it up for Johnny. 26 is coming. Let's watch this man's career. Go follow him. Let's hang out for a minute,
Thank you.
man, and we'll let this bitch upload.
All right, for sure.